Hello, everyone. I just wanted to check in with you, and I'm going to try to do this every week to talk about your weekly assignments from here on out. So, the next 4 assignments that you're going to be doing. This is really important because a lot of people get confused about what's required. And so, I want to make sure that you all understand what's happening. So, first of all, this week we are working with horizontal relating. So first, it's very important to understand what horizontal relating is. Now, this is in your materials, but I just want to go over it a little bit more so that you're prepared to work with your volunteer client. Horizontal relating is when you are meeting your client on the same level. So there's no hierarchy. You're not treating them as though you are the expert and you are bestowing knowledge upon them, and it creates a very unbalanced relationship. So we start with horizontal relating in this course so that you can get used to communicating with your client on a human, grounded, balanced level. That's what you're going to be practicing this week with your volunteer client. Okay. So, and you can get your volunteer clients from anywhere. I don't recommend that you use family members just because it's very difficult for you to take off the family member hat and put on the coaching hat, or the professional hat, whatever it is, whatever your modality is. But I would recommend that you even put a message out on the discussion board that says you're looking for a volunteer. What's really cool about that is that you can switch. So when I was at SWIHA, that's what we would do. We would say, hey, do you want to do this assignment with me? And then one person would be the coach and the other would be the client, and then one would be the client, the other would be the coach. And that way you both get your work done, and you can also collaborate and discuss more deeply about the assignment if you so choose. That's one way. Okay, and also SWIHA has a Facebook page. SWIHA, A Conscious Community, I think is the name of it. And you can also post there and ask for volunteers. So that's how you can find some of your volunteers if you don't have people already that you can work with. Okay, so what does this look like for your assignment? All you need to do is focus on the tool that you're using this week, which is horizontal relating. Why am I stressing this? Because I'm going to stress it every week. What you do in the session is entirely up to you. Okay, so if you do tarot, if you do Reiki, if you do life coaching, if you do auriculotherapy, if you do aromatherapy, if you do hypnotherapy, whatever it is that you do, that's great, that's fine. But what you're going to practice within the context of that is your horizontal relating. So this is your assignment for this week, practice horizontal relating. So you're going to conduct a client session for 45 to 60 minutes. Emphasize practicing horizontal relating during the session. That is the whole point of this week's exercise. And you can use questions, exercises, activities from this course or any other. I don't even really care. There is a feedback form you can have your client fill out. It is not required for you to post it as part of your assignment. That's for your edification. So this is your prep work, right? The stuff in green here is your assignment. So summarize the experience. In other words, what was your experience of this session? That can be whatever you did, whatever you talked about. You can please feel free to use, to maintain confidentiality. I don't need to know the person's name. You can use initials. You can use a first name. You can just refer to the person as the client. That's also fine. But your summary is going to be about, guess what? The tool that you are using. So, as you summarize, this is what we care about, the horizontal relating during the session. So as you summarize, please feel free to tell me all about the Reiki session you did, but make sure that you are addressing how you used the tool for the week, in this case, horizontal relating, and how let's say, how your client reacted to that. Did you notice anything? Okay, so here's the next part. So that's part 1. There are technically 3 to 4 parts of your assignment. The summary is essential. Now, what I recommend you do is you copy and paste these 3 questions into the body. So you're going to like copy and paste down here. Oops, that's not it. I wonder if it'll let me do it actually. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, okay. So you can, and then you can just fill it in. What went well using horizontal relating. So I want you to just kind of imply that, right? And you're going to sub this in for every tool we're using every week. This is really what's implied. What went well using horizontal relating? What could be improved using horizontal relating? And then what questions you have, that's entirely up to you. You can ask me anything you want to ask me about your session, about horizontal relating, about your spirituality, about coaching in general. I'm happy to answer any of those questions. Okay, so this is really, really important, is that you summarize the experience. So I guess if we're really going to do it properly, we should do it this way. Summarize the experience, and here's where you're going to tell me all about your horizontal relating, and then what went well, using horizontal relating. What could be improved using horizontal relating, and what questions do you have? And this one's optional. You don't have to answer that. Okay? And that's what you will be submitting. Very simple. So again, recap. Horizontal relating is what you're practicing this week in no matter what you're doing in your session. You're going to practice meeting your client as an equal. In your summary, you can feel free to tell me what went on during the session, what was your client working on, what were you doing, but make sure that you say how you used horizontal relating, okay? And then with the 3 questions, be sure that you are addressing what went well using horizontal relating, what could be improved using horizontal relating, and then the grab bag question. If you have any questions for me, they can be about anything at all, okay? All right, I'm going to do this for you every week to remind you, but if I can, but I think that will get you started. Please ask me any questions you like, either via Canvas email, or you can post a question directly to me on the discussion board. Be sure to tag me so that I know you've asked me a question directly. Okay? Good luck, and I'll see you later.